Hey guys, how's it going? Just myself, Zanoni Revived, also known as Andy, it has to be said, back again for another pickups video, and this month it's August's pickup video, so I've got a few things to go through. Originally I wasn't going to go through and do a pickups video for this month, but I've put the stuff together and I thought, why not, just do it, get it done. But yeah, right, the next pickup wasn't me, right, this isn't my choice, this is my son. He wanted a Pokemon sword, so we picked that up out of Smith's, I think it was, we got it, and I think it was £40. He played it for a grand total of 2 hours before getting bored of it, so yeah, I've kind of put it up on my shelf. It's not really mine, but you know, he's probably not going to touch it again in all likelihood, so it's now in the collection. I'm going here, by the way, in order of newest items to oldest items, so the Master System stuff will probably be last on the list, for those just watching for the Master System stuff. These next two games, this is a Game Cycle one, picked it up, it's Aliens vs Predator on the PS3. Actually already got this on the Xbox, but it was only 6 points in Game Cycle, and I've got tons of points on there. If you guys don't use Game Cycle yet, then it's worth getting your games on there and maybe doing some swaps and trades with people. Yeah, that's alright. Got tons of points in there, so anything you put on I'll probably hoover up, to be honest with you. Right, next game, this is an eBay pickup, and I picked this up on the back of watching the Mortal Kombat movie, also watching, I guess, the new Justice League as well. Well, I say new, it was a couple of months ago now, wasn't it? Both came out. So I've been watching them, and I always liked Mortal Kombat, always liked DC's fighting games, really enjoyed Injustice, so I thought, you know, I need to pick this up. Fortunately, when I got it, the disc was badly scratched. It's complete in the box and everything, but the disc is just absolutely terrible, so it cost me a £5, but I ended up messaging the guy and he gave me the money back for it, so it was a freebie essentially. I'll need to see if I can get a new disc for this, so if anybody has a spare disc only copy they're willing to let go, give me a shout please. Okay, next, moving down a couple of generations, I got Hardcore 4x4 on the Sega Saturn. It's like a Monster Trucks game basically, and it got kind of decent-ish reviews, about 70% in Sega Saturn magazine, official magazine back in the day. Always quite fancied giving this one a go, but I've been trying to buy a few Sega Saturn games since I got my Saturn repaired finally over the years, after being years of disrepair. So yeah, it's all complete in the box, it has a nice disc and it has a nice manual, and it was only £7, so I thought, why not, you know, for something that you've wanted to play for a while, why not spend the £7? This next one, again, I've already got this one here on the PS1, right, Alien Trilogy, but it's such a superb game, and the Sega Saturn version is the version that I experienced first back in the day. So I went online and went on eBay and got this, and it's all complete inside the box there. It's pretty good condition, the disc is in nice condition, and this was only £8, so I thought I would pick this up and add this to the collection and experience Alien Trilogy like I did for the first time. This is the only game for the Sega Saturn that I've bought this month that I've never actually played before. Fighters Mega Mix, and I wanted to play this one back in the day, and it's basically a mix of the different fighters. So there's characters from Virtua Fighter, Virtua Fighter 2, Virtua Fighter Kids, Sonic Fighters, Virtua Cop 2, and many more secret characters. So I'm looking forward to giving this one a good go. This one was a wee bit more pricey though, being a bit more of a sought after title. It's not rare or anything, it's just sought after, and it's just got a mint manual and disc basically. So that was, I paid 20 for that. I'm just laughing at the bizarre character that's on the back there. It's the Daytona USA car that they've got fighting, which I suppose that was the trend at the time when you had stuff like Tekken, when you had pandas and stuff like that in it. And, aye, bizarre. Right, talking of PlayStation, I'll move on. I've got some PlayStation 1 games this month. Let's see. So, these came out of a bundle. I bought a bundle online, and I think the bundle cost me 25 quid, and I had probably another 5 games, I think, that I gave away to other people, various people, because they were doubles. But the ones that came out of it I didn't have were Air Combat. Again, this is basically Ace Combat, but we got it renamed to Air Combat for some reason over here. And this is one that I wanted to play back in the day, but I just never got around to. So it came out in Platinum as well, as a Platinum version of this, and I remember considering picking it up then, but I just never got around to it. So looking forward to giving this one a go, seeing what it's all about. Probably will be quite basic by the day's standards, you know, but it's one of those games that I wanted back in the day. So next game needs no introduction, Gran Turismo on the PS1. I'd had this back in the day, but I'd sold it for some reason. And of course, watching, I think it was, who done the first, can't remember who done the first PS1 video, top 10. I think it was on Retro Red Steve's, and I think it might have been on Geordie Slashers as well. I think Gran Turismo's pretty much on everyone's list, except for mine. But yeah, I'll give this one another play at some point. This is one I've never played before. WWF Attitude, get it, and yeah, never played this before. Do like the odd wrestling game, so look forward to giving that one a go. This is one that I'd had back in the day, WWF Warzone. When I remember back in the day my PlayStation 1 broke. I actually gave it to someone to put in a mod chip for me, and they made a right mess of it, so it stopped reading discs. So at that point I just went and bought a new PlayStation 1, and it came with a bundle of games, like this was one of them, Warzone and Heart of Darkness and something else. But yeah, I got rid of this one again, I don't know why, but I'll look forward to giving this one a go at some point. Spyro 2 Platinum version, and this is one that I enjoyed the first Spyro game, but I never actually played the second one. I have got the compilation, the modernisation of it on the Xbox One, but I haven't got around to playing that yet either, funnily enough, so I'll look forward to giving this a go. Do you know what, I say I've got these games right, but I bought them for my kid, and you know, I just happen to kind of be along there and sit along and while he plays them kind of thing, you know, and have the odd go. So yeah, I have played a bit of it on the Xbox One, but not really spent that much time as I could have. The last one on the second last one on the PlayStation this month was Duke Nukem Land of the Babes. Never played this game. Can't remember if this came out before the original Duke Nukem or after it on the PS1, but not really anything special, not expecting anything special from something like this, but we'll give it a go. This one here, Mortal Kombat 3, I'm going to blame Liam at Gaming and Master Race for entirely, because I'd forgotten all about this. It was on my wish list for a little while, but when I got Mortal Kombat 3 back in the day on the PlayStation 3, I didn't play it as much as what I thought I would. And the reason for that was basically because I'd had it on the Mega Drive and I'd played it to death. I'd absolutely played that game, you know, to death basically. And I got on the PS1 and I didn't like it as much because you had to wait for loading in between screens and stuff like that, so it kind of put me off a little bit. But at the same time, I had a lot of other games back then, a lot of kind of new genres, like 3D fighting was new to me, so I didn't play MK3 on the PS1 as much as I could have done. But I've been looking for this one for a while now, and it's the cardboard release version of the game, and it's got the manual, it's got the game in nice condition, and I'd mentioned to Liam, and he said to me, yeah, I'll find a copy of that, and he basically pasted one into the Twitter feed. No, I think it was a DM. He says, go for it. and it was, I think I paid 16 quid for this. And I know that by coincidence, sheer coincidence, Retro Red Steve had put this in his pickups video for this month as well, so I'm in good company. We'll both be playing a bit of MK3 soon. But yeah, I think Liam really has a lot of good memories of that game by the sounds of it, because he'd been kind of mentioning it a few times, I think. Right, so I'll move on now. The rest of my pickups, just double check, they're all Master System stuff, so some people probably only follow me for the Master System content, but I'm trying to kind of balance stuff a little bit as well. It's mainly going to be Master System when you look at my stuff until I finish my collection anyway, which stands just now, I think I'm short 16 games for the complete European and US exclusive sets. So yeah, I've still got 16 to get, and I'll put those up at the end of the video. If anybody can help me out with that, that would be appreciated. Right, so let's get on. Upgraded a copy of Speedball 2 this month. Got this really nice copy with the mint manual and stuff like that. My other copy was a bit faded and it had the manual missing, so I've since passed that on to someone there. I can't remember, I think I may have gave it to Liam actually. Next one was this version of World Grand Prix, or the Grand Prix are back, I guess. Yeah, so the Grand Prix, I picked up the Prix on eBay for 7 quid, and the only reason I picked this up was because it was the, I don't know if you can see the sticker on there, it's the Areola soft version of the game, which is the German release of the game. So Areola doesn't mean the bit round the nipple in this case, it is actually a distributor in Germany. So it came with a German manual in the game. There's no differences to the game, it just is a German copy of the game with German language on the back, exclusive. And yeah, like somebody's actually done that thing and peeled off the Sega sticker and stuck it to the front there. That annoys me when folk do that. Stop doing that. You know who you are, people. Right, next one I pick up was, this is a variation I picked up. This was Laser Ghost, and this is the new style artwork version of the box. You can see there the different font. Here's the other one for comparison. The original copy that I owned. People don't know about this version, this variation for some reason, so it's not widely known. So when this goes online, it seems to be more rare than this version. But people tend to kind of charge the same price for them. I don't know if it's just an unknown thing at this point or just nobody cares. I suspect it probably is the case that nobody cares, to be honest with you, except me. But yeah, this game, it came actually, believe it or not, with the insert game and manual only. It didn't have a box, so because of that it was a bit cheaper than the other ones on there, and I think I paid 7 or 8 for this one. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it was 7 actually. But yeah, obviously just put it in a box and, you know, good as new as far as I'm concerned. What's next? Right. This is one that I picked up as part of a bundle of 2. The Autofint's classic release of the game. And it came with another game which was Castle of Illusion, which I've also passed on to someone now. And it looks in really good condition. You know, this one, it was very close to excellent, I would say. And I only picked this up because it was the classic release of the game. However, the thing that never prepared me for, I guess, is when you see games online, you can't tell how they smell. Yep, it's true, you can't tell how a game smells, and this one does not smell good, has to be said. I'm not a smoker, you know, I've never smoked in my life, so yeah, when I get a game through that smells like this, it just floors me. It just hate stuff like this, you know. So this game basically smells like it sat in the room with a smoker for the last 20 years, you know. I've done everything to clean it up, you know, isopropyl, I've done dryer sheets, I've done, you know, actually washing the case and the game separately. I took the case and put it in with soapy water and washed it and everything. I actually changed the case in the end to see if that would help, but it never. But I contacted the guy. I overpaid for this game, by the way, as well, so well, I didn't overpay. I kind of paid a good price for a classics version of this. I paid 22 quid for this game, along with the Castle of Illusion, and that's a bargain, believe it or not, considering the price of, like, you know, just this goes for normally on its own. So picked that up, and then of course I just wasn't happy when I got it because of the smell of it. So I sent the guy a message, and he says, I'm sorry about it, basically, I'm going to send you some money back. So he says, I'll send you a tenner back. So I thought, alright, okay then. So when it came through, he actually sent me back 20. So I thought, okay, thanks for that. So effectively, this and Castle of Illusion cost me 2 quid plus postage, which I thought was very decent of him. He didn't have to do that, so I'd have been happy just getting a little bit back. But yeah, I'm going to do something with it. I think I'll probably get some of those, what are they called? You know, the little bags of, the kind of silicone stuff that kind of reduces odours and stuff, and put them in there for a while and see if that helps. But yeah, I've cleaned it as best as I can. These ones that I've picked up here, well, this is a loose card that I picked up actually. It's a variation, Super Wonder Boy Super Monsterland, and this is a US release that got a misprint on it. So this is a semi-common misprint for Wonder Boy in the US, and I picked that up because it was only a £5, and I thought, yeah, it didn't come with a box or anything, but I'll get a box and a manual easily enough for it, and it's just to get this misprint version into the collection. Yeah, it's not often you find these, and it's even less often that you find a copy of Wonder Boy 2 Monsterland for a £5, so I thought it's worth a £5 on its own, and because it's the misprint version, it will go into the collection. These ones here, I picked them up purely opportunistic, right? Mark III version of Afterburner, and originally the guy was asking for 15 quid per cartridge on these, and so all I did was add them to my basket, and put watch on them, and waited for him to send me some offers. So I did that with all these games that I'm going to talk about here now. Put it in there because I knew nobody else would be really that keen on these because they're car only, and they're quite common titles as well. So put this in, it was 15 quid, and he sent me an offer, and I ended up getting it for 12 quid. So 12 quid for this, and same for this Space Harrier 3D. I'm just collecting these because they are Mark III versions of the game. They don't have the box or anything, but I'm not going to be too fussy going forward with the Mark III stuff. I'm going to try and build the collection as cheaply as possible, so if you've got any spare Mark III games that are loose that you're wanting to get rid of, then give me a shout. And the last one is SDI or Global Defence. So I thought they were alright at 12 quid each, considering the cost of Mark III games has gone up so dramatically. Okay, the star of the show, I guess, for this week's game wise, is this version here of Asterix the Great Rescue, and this is a game that I got. It cost me, I did overpay for this, it cost me £40, but I've been waiting months and months and months for a copy of this to come up at a reasonable price, and it just wasn't happening. So I saw this one up, the insert was in good condition, no manual unfortunately, but I thought I can make my peace at this point with a version of this. Now this isn't a game that you buy just for collecting purposes, this is actually a really good game, so I was excited to play this as much as to collect it. And it's a bit like waiting for a bus as well, though, you know, you don't see one for ages and then suddenly two of them come along, so I was a bit annoyed because another version of this came along and it was only a £5 more, but there's nothing much you can do about that, it's just the way it is, you know, in collecting. So yeah, I'm looking forward to giving this one a go. The star pickup for this month though was not a game, it has to be said. I picked up this Master System handle controller. I don't know if you've ever seen this or you've ever used it. It's an absolutely terrible controller, to be honest with you, right? It's absolutely bloody terrible. It's got 2 buttons for firing, and you can obviously steer left and right. It's not analog or anything either, so there's a point where certain point you have to hit to get it to go left or right, which is quite tiring to use. But what surprised me about it most, I guess, was that the way you go up and down is to go down you have to press in, and out you have to pull out, which is actually quite a difficult bloody thing to do when you're playing a game, you know. We had a go at this Master System Challenge, Ollie's Master System Challenge, doing Hang On in this, and it was hilarious. It relies very much on these little suction cups at the bottom of the thing here, so if you've not got a desk and got these stuck down properly, then there's a good chance it's going to be a disaster when you try and do that, you know, going up, because you have to pull quite hard on this. I put a wee bit of WD-40 on this and cleaned it up to see if I could get it working a bit smoother. So it's quite a clunky sounding mechanism there. I don't know if you can hear that, but do you know what? I overpaid in this, right? I'd seen one come up on a bundle, and the bundle went, I think, something like 8 games in a Master System, and it went for something like 175 quid. So I was a bit annoyed that I missed out on that one, but this one came up on its own on eBay, and it was a buy it now at £100. And I thought that's probably more than what I want to pay for an unboxed accessory, but I just don't see them that often coming up, to be honest with you. So I took the plunge and I got it anyway, and I'm sorry guys for driving up the prices and these kind of things, but I've been waiting for so long for one of these, and I think that's what they're playing on, you know. So yeah, I've got this in the collection now, and that's the only other accessory that I do need now is the SG Commander Pad to complete the set of Master System accessories. So yeah, I'll try and put up a little video of our playthrough using the handle controller at some point, you know, and see how bad it is. But yeah, that's very much it. So it's been another one of those months. It's been a busy month, and we'll see what happens next month, I guess. So yeah, that's it guys. Thanks very much again for watching. If you did like the video, then please leave us a thumbs up or leave me a comment, and I'll always try and answer every single comment or respond to every single comment or question or whatever. Yeah, so appreciate it. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys in the next video.